The body of Qarar Sabah is laid to rest. The 23-year-old was one of 6 people killed in what the US called defensive precision strikes on Kataib Hezbollah in southern Iraq. But Sabah's family says he wasn't a fighter, but a daily laborer working at Kerbala airport who had nothing to do with the Iranian-backed group.
He worked inside the airport, getting paid $8 per day. Now that he's dead, who is going to think about his kids, his wife, his mother? Where's their guilt?
Sabah leaves behind a pregnant wife, 2 children, and a family consumed with grief. Like many other Iraqis, the family is angry at the US and the Iranian-backed groups for settling scores on Iraqi soil.
This conflict is between Iran and America. It's none of our business. They should go out and fight it out between themselves.
The US strikes followed a barrage of rockets fired at the Taji military base north of Baghdad on March 11th, killing 2 American and 1 British soldier. The Pentagon described the US response as a success.
We assessed that each location stored weapons that would enable lethal operations against US and coalition forces in Iraq. We also assessed that the destruction of these sites will degrade Kataib Hezbollah's ability to conduct future strikes.
But the American reprisal was followed by a second rocket attack on Taji just a day later, raising doubts about the effectiveness of the US military action. A total of 9 people were killed and dozens wounded in the latest 3 tit-for-tat attacks. Many of the casualties were members of the Iraqi security forces who work with both sides.
We don't accept being in the middle while the 2 sides direct their weapons against each other. This has caused a lot of damage for the Iraqi army.
The Iraqi Joint Operations Command denounced both the US and what it cautiously calls the other side for not respecting its authority as the highest military body and for not giving it a chance to manage the crisis.
There was no chance to finish the investigation into the first rocket attack. The American side directly reacted with its strike on Iraqi facilities that included the army bases and employees, and also the other side started their attacks, which only complicated the situation.
But the Iraqi government has never attributed blame, nor has it published results of investigations for any of the 24 rocket attacks that targeted the coalition over the past 6 months. The Iraqi government appears unwilling or unable to stop the groups responsible for attacks on bases that house coalition personnel. Instead, it has called for the implementation of January's parliamentary decision to expel all foreign troops from Iraq. The coalition has begun withdrawing soldiers from smaller bases to consolidate them in fewer locations. And although US officials say that this move is not related to the latest rocket attacks, it could pave the way for a partial troop drawdown over the next few months. Simona Foltin, Al Jazeera, Baghdad.